So Leica as a brand may not be one that you'd associate with high-end videography, but the Leica SL is here to change all that. It has a whole feature set that is based around video, so as well as being an excellent stills camera, videographers may actually find themselves shooting on a Leica. So let's talk a little bit about the basic features of the Leica SL. It's got a 24 million pixel full frame CMOS sensor. The lens mount is the Leica L mount, which has previously been seen on the Leica T. In fact, the mount for the Leica T is exactly the same. It was designed to be used with full frame lenses. If you use any of the existing lenses from the Leica T, they'll work perfectly well on the Leica SL, and they will naturally go into a kind of APS-C crop mode. So there's the full frame sensor of the Leica SL, and as you can see, there's not a lot of distance between the mount and the sensor, and Leica have said that this means that every Leica lens is capable of being mounted on the camera via various adapters. That's your M rangefinder lenses right up to the S series lenses for the medium format camera. Filmmakers should be intrigued by the possibility of third-party adapters, which will no doubt mean that Nikon or Canon lenses will be able to be used with the Leica SL. As well as this, Leica assure us that there's going to be a PL mount available so that you'll be able to use Leica's own cine lenses with the SL camera. As you'd expect, there's a variety of different video settings when you're shooting in 720 or 1080, and there's the option to shoot at a frame rate of up to 120 frames a second for capturing slow motion footage. And it has 420 colour subsampling in 8-bit. This footage is then saved to an SD card, of which there are two that are just slotted into the side of the camera here. Obviously, manufacturers are keen to push 4K at the moment, and Leica are no exception. The SL will shoot 24, 25 or 30 frames a second in its 4K mode, though we're not able to tell yet at what bitrate those settings are. If you have the advantage of an external recorder, you can also take a clean feed out from the HDMI socket. This will give you a 10-bit compression with 422 sampling. Given that the Leica SL has some great video capabilities, it really does seem like an omission that they've not put an external microphone or a headphone socket actually built into the camera. Instead, there's an accessory which plugs into the socket here, which will give you these external audio features. Another thing that shows that Leica are taking video very seriously is the addition of the L-Log gamma curve. Shooting in this setting means you really make the most of the dynamic range. There's lots of detail in the highlights and in the shadows, and it's going to look fantastic when you come to colour grading the footage. And we can't finish this first look of the Leica SL without talking about the EVF. Earlier this year, we were really impressed with the 3 million dot EVF of the Leica Q, and we've been blown away with the 4.4 million dot EVF of the Leica SL. I know we've said this before a few times when we've had good EVFs over the last few years, but this 4.4 million dot EVF is really miles ahead of the 2.2 million dot EVFs that are currently on most other cameras. Like I said, currently this is a pretty much finished version, but with pre-production firmware still on it, so we've not been able to shoot any footage yet. We've been very impressed with what we've seen. There's a few quirks to the handling, which I'm sure we'll get used to, but keep checking back to thevideomode.com over the next few weeks, where we're hoping to be able to show you some sample footage taken on the new Leica SL.